So we are painting the awning of our house. Jay's working on taping some of the areas off. And the color is called Shadows, and it's Glidden Exterior Paint. This is just like a metal awning. I'm gonna do the bottom, and then Jay's gonna do the top. And then we're also going to be doing our shutters too. Jay's taking the shutters off, and we found a cute little guy. You say hi?
Hello.
So he's already got one set of shutters off, and he's working on the next. Gotten most of the sides painted. I'll have to probably go over it again with like another coat, rolling it, and then I'm gonna have to trim some of the places out that I just can't reach with the roller. But I've come up with like a pretty good method of getting in to the little cracks with the roller, so that way I'm not having to use so many things. And it may be kind of hard to see in the sun how it looks, but it's getting there. Definitely going to take a while up underneath of the awning though. That's really what's taking me a long time. So, stay tuned. Are you smiling? I know, I can tell you're thrilled. So Jay's attempting to paint the top part of the awning. We got like a long roller, but he's attaching it to like the little thing that makes it longer. So hopefully we can get all of the awning pretty quick. We still haven't got the shutters yet. This may be a 2-day project. Always makes me nervous when he gets on the roof. I feel like I need to stay down here just in case something happens. I think the paint's definitely gonna take 2 coats though. But there's already such a big difference with just the awning.
Here's Candace doing her part of this project. It's questionable whether she's doing better or I'm doing better. Actually, it's not. She's doing a lot better.
I'm winning.
I got frustrated with the top of the awning because I couldn't reach everywhere I needed to reach. You can tell who's the artist in this marriage.
You can show them. We're gonna have to kind of go back over it with some white. We had an oops.
Oh yeah. You mean I had a oops?
Okay, you had an oops.
I don't know if they can. Oh yeah. I got some on the gutter. No big deal.
So this is the end of day 1 painting. We pretty much got all of the exterior part of the awning, and on the underside of it. This underside is very, very challenging. It really hurts my neck as I'm doing it. I've had to hand paint a lot of it just because the roller's kind of awkward. Like Jay said, we kind of had an oops on the gutters up top. So we're gonna have to try and figure that out, paint it or try to scratch it off or something. So we can get that figured out. But this is the aftermath of it all. It was a smart idea to decorate the porch for fall and then paint the awning, right? Super smart. Oh well, that's usually how we roll around here. So, but I think it looks really good. I think it just updates the house quite a bit. So tomorrow we're hoping will be day 2. I'll finish the underside and then Jay will tackle the shutters. And I really think that will make a big difference with the house. So stay tuned. Jay is going to get some Texas Roadhouse. I am ready to rest and put my feet up now. I'm tired. See you guys. Hey guys, this is day 2 of painting. It's been almost a week. I didn't really have the time or energy during the school week, so I just waited until the weekend. And I'm on fall break too, so I thought I'm gonna have some extra energy. So I am going to finish the underside of the awning and may go back and just kind of touch up some spots on the outside. But I always do keep like just like a cleaning rag that's wet, so that way if I drop anything on the concrete I can wipe it up really quick. And I do this even when I'm painting in the house too. And I always just get these cleaning rags from Lowe's, so that way I'm not ruining any of my good towels or rags. So stay tuned. So it's took me several times to kind of figure out like a technique that will work for the underside. I'll show you the technique for the sides in a little bit. But what I've kind of figured out is I fill in these areas first. I did this like the other day, so this is just kind of like what's left over before I kind of figured out a good way to do it. And I do it section by section, like I don't try to go all the way across. So like I do this section by itself where it's kind of lined off. And so what I do is I fill in the sides first over here, try to fill in that really good, and I'll try to go down like several rows. And this is like a Wooster brush, I think, and it's got one of those like movable handles. I used to use like Blue Hawk brushes, but they don't have them anymore. I got this one from Home Depot. But anyway, so fill in those, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna swipe this across. So swipe whatever you just did across after you filled in. So after you filled in these sides, then just swipe and swipe and fill in. I may have not got the camera where it needed to be. So just after you filled in, just swipe it across. And try to just get a nice good coat, so you'll fill in on the sides and then swipe across. And don't try to do too many layers because it will end up just kind of like scratching off from the bristles of your brush. So just do one good swipe across and then give it some time to dry, and then you can go back and fill any white spots. This you can kind of see where I took the paint all the way down. Thought maybe this may be a little better for you to see. The last clip I did. So just really try to get in those grooves on this side and then also this side. So I try to go down as much as I can, and then I swipe across to get the paint color. And once you just get in those grooves, swipe across and get as much color as you can on there. But like I said, don't keep doing it over and over because you will just scratch the paint off with these bristles. Some people had asked, like, you know, why don't you just go ahead and just spray paint it or use a spray gun? We had thought about spray painting it. Then I was just worried I wouldn't like the color of the spray paint. And then I was worried about getting it on the brick. And then we just decided not to put in a spray gun because I was just worried about trying to get in all the places that we needed to without getting it on the house, because the house is so close to the metal awning. Even if we kind of, you know, taped it off or put plastic around it, I was just still kind of worried that the wind would carry it. So that's why we just decided to roll it and paint it by hand. So rather than carrying like a big paint tray around with me or the bucket of paint, I just get the little mini sample kit, and it's a lot easier. It comes with a top too, so you can save your paint. I'll link it below. But you have to really check your angles when you're doing something like this, because when you paint from this way, it looks like you've got the back side, but then you have to make sure that you turn your body this way to get these little nooks and crannies right here. So this is why this is such a beast to paint, because there's all kinds of angles and nooks and crannies you gotta get to. So you can see that I just dripped some paint on the concrete, and I try to watch as I'm doing so I can try to catch it as soon as possible. This is where I come in with that wet rag I was telling you all about, and then you just really just try to scrub it out as best as you can. Really add that water to the concrete. Gotta have some elbow grease with it. And it will take it right up. And you may have to do it like a few times if you've let it sit there too long. So just try to find it and get it up as soon as you can. So this is a little painting hack, especially for those who craft and paint and DIY a lot. So I save just plastic planters from flowers that I get throughout the summer, and this is great for like if you want to set things up on like cardboard or something to spray paint on. I don't like using cardboard because whatever you paint sticks to it, and then you're going to get the cardboard residue on it, especially if it sits there and dries for a little bit. So I prefer to use plastic. And so sometimes like I'll just set my things up on there, but like the shutters I've put 2, and it just kind of balances it out better, so that way I'm able to paint, and then it's not going to be stuck to any like cardboard or anything like that. And I typically don't lay a tarp or anything like that down, so I am doing it this way, and then I'll just lay the shutters on there. And what we've tried to do is line up so that way we can keep like, so this window right here, we're going like from left to right, that is that window's shutters. Okay, so that way we can make sure that the screws fit in the holes. And if you're painting cabinets, you need to kind of keep it in the same order too to help you that way. So that's just a little tip for cabinets. Found a pretty good technique for painting the shutters. It's kind of the same as me painting the awning. So what I do first, go ahead and get the paintbrush ready. Any type of like nooks and crannies, I'm going to be just brushing by hand, and then I'm going to try to roll on the flat spots and then also the sides. So what I do is I kind of just get the excess off like that, and then I really get into those nooks and crannies like this. Move this up. And usually your brush will kind of like form to the nooks and crannies. So then it's easier. It kind of takes it a little bit though to form the way you want it. I'm doing this one-handed, so. And then you'll just take it and then start brushing it out like that. And then in these nooks and crannies, I will hand brush, and then right there too. I'm kind of noticing though that there is a little bit of white even when I do get in the nooks and crannies. I'll kind of show you on this one right here. And so I'm kind of wondering if I may need to go on the back and try to just paint a little bit so that way the white isn't visible. So we'll see. But that's just a little shutter technique for when you're painting them by hand. And I'm using the mini roller just to do like the flat surfaces. Now I will say it's kind of like painting a wall where you kind of need to, you know, switch your directions like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get the paint on. I'm sorry, I'm doing this with one hand. My little paint thing is looking kind of crazy. Alright, so what I'm going to do, especially where there's like a fake or a faux wood grain, so I'm just going to kind of take it like this, and then I may have to kind of go and switch my directions a little bit, especially the areas that it like going straight up and down, it doesn't work. So then I may have to kind of switch my directions and kind of do it almost kind of like in a W or V motion like that, just to really get in those nooks and crannies of the faux wood grain. And then you can come back and go vertically, but it does work better if you kind of switch up your directions, so that way you can get in all the little areas. But this is a lifesaver, so you don't have to use a whole big roller, and this just comes with that little sample pack. So So I think this turned out really good with just brushing in the nooks and crannies and then going back with the roller. I probably will have to do another coat, especially on the actual shutter part where there's a lot of grooves and stuff, and then possibly do the backside where some of the white is visible, and then I should be done. This is how it kind of looked before. I had some of it gray, but this is the full gray. So I got pretty much the whole underside painted. There's a few spots here and there that I got to do that I missed, but pretty much everything is done for tonight. I'll do a second coat maybe tomorrow if it's not raining. We'll just kind of see. And I got 2 sets of shutters done. So I've got one more set to do and then I'll be done with the first coat. So I was only able to crank out 2 sets today, but these will need another coat. But I'll try to maybe do the other shutter tomorrow if it is not raining. So this is the end of part 2 or day 2 of painting. Hey guys, I am starting day 3 of painting. Going to do another coat on the underside, and I've got a little helper today. Callie, can you say hi? Hi. It is her birthday tomorrow. She's gonna be 7 years old. But now I'm also going to need to put another coat on the shutters too, and I still have one set that I haven't painted yet, so stay tuned. So Jay has come up with his own painting contraption to get into the creases. If you look back from like far away, not really from this angle, but you can see some white just in the creases where the gray paint didn't get in. So he has taped just a regular paintbrush onto our extension poles that we paint with, and he's just painting with that and getting in those grooves. Do you want to show your contraption so everybody can see?
I feel like Tom Hanks in Castaway.
I feel like Tom Hanks in Castaway.
Instead of fire, I made a paint stick.
It's a new invention. So that is what he is doing to get just those grooves in areas that we didn't get the last time. And then pretty much I have finished the underside. So the awning is pretty much done. Now I am working on the shutters. There's a few places here and there I've got to like use a small brush on, like a small artist brush. But pretty much the awning's done, and I am still working on the shutters. So these little areas right here that are tough to get to, all I do is I just use an artist brush, and then that makes it really easy to just add color to. So Jay is finishing up on the last part of the shutters. This is our last set. Wanna tell everybody hello?
Hello.
Girls, you wanna say hi?
Hi.
So these look pretty good. These are pretty much done. Looking good. So Jay is getting ready to put the shutters back on the house. And remember I said like we had to remember which one went with which window and which one was the left and which one was the right, just to be on the safe side with putting the nails back in the hole or the screws in the hole. So he's getting ready to put the right one back on.
Maybe.
If he can get on the ladder or the step ladder, whatever it is.
Jeez, Pete.
And you're gonna notice when he does screw them back on that the nails or the screws are white, and I'm gonna go with a little artist brush and just go over those. And I always wait and do this. I always have made the mistake before, but I always do this now, so that way once he puts the drill in there, it doesn't make the paint come off, so I always do it once everything is secured down. Did it not go in?
Yeah.
Okay. So we found the original hole and it looks like it's gonna work. Yay. The shutters are coming back on the house. It only took us 2 weeks.
Welcome to the real world. Boys and girls. My wife can tell you fast.
We may like the nails or the screws being white.
It's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool looking. There's kind of a good contrast. Because we do have, you know, the trim of our house is white. I know, we'll kind of see. I didn't really think about that until now. And if we feel like we need to touch up some spots, Jay's going to go in with like a little artist brush and get the little white spots that may be showing. Now, you have to really make sure when you put your shutters on that you hang them correctly. So like ours has like a little like curved part up at the top, and you have to make sure that like the shutters are like facing downward, if that makes sense. It's like the little slats. Like if you can run your fingers across them and you're going down, then that's how you know that you've put them on correctly. Molly is standing by to make sure that we're doing it the right way. She's laid down now finally.
What's that out here through the window?
I have Christmas music playing. It's not even Halloween. I can't help it. 106.9 started playing Christmas music, so.
We're always in the spirit of the aliens.
Yeah. The first sets of shutters are on. We can finally see how the house looks. It looks so good. Shutters make such a big difference. It's crazy. On some houses, anyway. So are we ready for the second set?
I guess, if you'll tell me which set is which, since you're the only one that knows.
What did you tell me the other day, that I was the only one that what?
I don't know.
About the shutters, I was the only one that knew, so
You're the only one that knows what's going on in this operation.
how come you didn't know?
I'll let you handle it.
Because what? You have to say it. You have to say what I want you to say.
Because you're the brain of the marriage. Is that what you wanted me to say?
You got the beginning sound right of the word I'm looking for.
You're the B, the boss.
Yes! Okay, so this is the man cave shutters, and we're looking at it like this is left, and then that's right. So that's what he's referring to, that I'm the only one that knew.
Two lefts don't make it right.
So we are officially done putting the shutters on. Everything is painted now. I think we have decided to leave the screws white just for some contrast, since we do have a white garage door and we've got some white trim going on our house too. And we've still got to kind of figure out how to get that paint off the gutter up top. We'll try to figure that out later, but everything is pretty much done. I'll kind of stand back so y'all can kind of see everything together. Jay's just covering up some white spots that are kind of visible on the shutters that we missed. It looks so good. I'll step outside on the road so you can see it a little bit better. And we're also going to paint the foundation too. You can see a little bit peeking out in the front, but you can really see it at the back. It's just kind of that clay terracotta kind of peach color. So we're trying to kind of get rid of that color. And then we're going to get a new roof eventually, and it's going to be a gray color. So that way everything will tie in together a little bit better. It has updated the house so much. I'll show you a before and after in the video. Looks so good.